Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karina. I'm back here with another product analysis video. I have some other ones up. These two products that I have them here, I actually have a video of how we together found them using Jungle Scout and using our Viral Launcher Chrome extension, but I really wanted to do more deeper videos where just apart from the numbers of the product to see if it's an actually good product to get into for you guys to start selling, because like I've mentioned before, just having good numbers and low reviews isn't necessarily enough to tell you that it's a good product to go into. You have to check for seasonality, you have to check your competition, you have to check how long each competitor has been around, if they're doing outside traffic sources and maybe that's why they're selling really well. Things like that. Like if you guys actually have a margin and things, just there's so many components that go into having a good product, but once you find the good product, that's where all the gold happens, because everything else like launching the product, making a listing for it, becomes so much easier if it's a good quality product that actually has a market. Because literally guys, the market does not care. The market, you can't force a market to do other things. It's either there or it's not. It either cares or it doesn't. And the best thing you can do is just find a product that fits into it, and that's literally all you can do, and then just hype it up and make it as best as you possibly can. But for now, like, you can't reinvent a market or force it to buy your product. So you just really want to make it easier on yourself and put it on the first hand that your product that you're selling is actually good. So these are some of the ones we found. We found a hanging dry erase board, and then we found this travel boot dryer. So we want to look into both of these. So this is the most general key term, and what I like to do is I like to check this into, I have helium-10, this defrosting tray, we analyzed it before, so I like searching it here. And this allows me to see the keywords that people are looking for when they search for this item. I like to analyzing it by exact phrase search volume. So whiteboard has a lot of searches. A dry erase board, a whiteboard, magnetic board. That might actually be good. A magnetic board or and then hanging only has 162. So that's the mistake you guys can also make, is finding the wrong keyword. Because when I looked in this product, this looks like a hanging whiteboard to me, and I typed it in and the sales look amazing for this. If you guys pull this up, the reviews are enough to compete with. The stability of the sales market is really, really strong. So pretty much every single person is killing it and selling it really, really well. And for a really good price, minus this $6 one. And the reviews, you can totally compete with this. Like you can compete with 44 reviews, with 200 reviews, 109. But if you were to actually rank your product for hanging dry erase board, you can see that only 162 searches a month for this is happening, and that is not where the majority of sales are coming for this product. Yes, they're ranking for this key term. However, their sales are probably coming from all of these. They probably rank for whiteboard, for dry erase board, for whiteboard without a space, for magnetic board. This is all that they rank for. And keyword research is important. When you do product research, you really want to do your keyword research at the same time, because that's how you know what words they're ranking for. Maybe someone's typing magnetic board for kids, and that also gives you an idea of how you can differentiate your product and really rank for those lower words and then get up to the top. So for example, when you first launch this, you don't want to be doing 112 giveaways. This is daily, by the way, so this is total for like 7 days. You guys will have to give out pretty much 900 units of whiteboards to even rank yourself to the first page, which in that case is such a broad term that you're going to be basically be competing with like high sellers from like Staples and Home Depot and whatever else with like hundreds and thousands of reviews. But if you rank for lower words like magnetic board, that's still a little high, 36 reviews, but I'm sure the market is quite different for this one. So even like this one's good, magnetic dry erase board, that has pretty much 5,500 search terms, and we can actually look into this this one instead. So magnetic dry erase board, that's probably what we would want to rank for. Magnetic dry erase board. And the market for this could be completely and totally different. And you'll see that your competition has changed, because this item is in fact somewhat of a commodity. Like everyone knows what a whiteboard is, but maybe there's different kinds. There's magnetic ones, there's ones that hang on like a nail, maybe there's stand-up ones. So that's where you kind of differentiate. But this, like you can see, monthly revenue is insane. This is even higher than the other product. They're all super, super high. And see, like Office Pro, Lockways, there's some brands that are kind of dominating this, and the reviews are quite higher on here. I don't even see people that are within like 30 or lower, except for this one right here. They're still doing pretty well. But so that's kind of like something you really, really have to look for into. Let's check Google Trends. I'm sure that it's high all year round, maybe even higher now because new year, people are trying to be more organized. Magnetic dry erase board. Let's look at the trends for the past 5 years. It's pretty stable. Like there's some spurts in the summer, or yeah, this is like school season. So I think this is like when summer is ending and all the teachers are coming back, so they're buying this for their office or whatever. But this is looking pretty good. It's between 25 and 75 pretty consistently, or between 50, which is, the search is pretty good. It's not in the low 25s. So this is something that is not too terrible. But again, if you're just starting out, it's probably not something I would like ferociously rush into, just because there's so much competition. There's so many different directions you can take. As you can see, the keywords are endless and the searches for all of them are really high. Low battery, go away. So it's a little risky and it's harder to compete with this, but it's not a terrible product. Like you can still do well if you have more capital and if you really differentiate and find the right words to rank it for. So, and this is more so, like I said, like a somewhat of a commodity. Let's look at this one right here. We also found this travel boot dryer, which I really do like to begin my searches by actually looking for keywords to see how competitive it actually is, how many giveaways I would have to do. So let's look at this boot dryer and see what are actually people looking for here. Helium 10, okay. Again, exact phrase search volume. Today would be nice. Okay, boot dryer. Boot dryer, dryer that's not an electric dryer, boot warmer dryer. Even like, okay, I would probably go for boot warmer dryer. Boot dryer seems like a very, very big word. And if I were to even just look at this market, this looks fancy. This is a very, there's different kinds, right? There's these ones that stick up, and then there's this little one that goes in. But I'm curious, let's analyze the market for this one specifically. And then we could look up, that's an interesting keyword. I want to see the main keyword. Obviously, you're not going to go hunting after this one because you need 80 giveaways a day to even rank it. But what is a good one, this one isn't bad, like a boot warmer dryer. And if you can really differentiate, like you can get people to buy your product and it's going to naturally go higher without even you needing to do that many giveaways. But let's look at boot warmer dryer as well. That would be something to look into because that's probably the keyword I would go after. And also we can look in Google Trends and boot dryer and see if people care about this. I'm thinking maybe, is this like a winter? Oh wow, very seasonal. So let's see. It's a summer thing, I guess. What is this? September? No, it's not summer. It's definitely a holiday thing. I don't know if it's a gift or not, but see, and right, this is perfect example because right now we are just finished Q4. Sales have been completely crazy and sporadic. And it's a little dangerous to do product research around Christmas time and just those 3 months because it really skews the results. Like everything pretty much sells well, especially if it's a seasonal item. It even sells even higher than it would originally, plus the fact that it's Christmas and in season. So the sales are crazy good for this, but this is automatically, unless you're really after the seasonal products and you can really time it well, it's not something I would get into because look at this. Like all of these are, it's completely seasonal and you're going to have to wait a year and it's just not something consistent. If you're into seasonal items, then you can do it. But out of curiosity, I want to see rankings for this as well, but I don't know why it's not really loading right now. Let me run viral launch on this. And here, taking forever to load, but the market is really high. Oh my gosh, Dry Guy is doing pretty much like over $500,000 in sales a month for this, and he's selling it for $70. So this is insane. I didn't know the market was so high for boot dryers. But again, it's Q4, it's Christmas, but this is very crazy. Crazy sales with probably a lot of competition and fierceness. So for first starters, I probably wouldn't get into something as intense as this either, because you just don't want to be competing with the top dogs. However, I am surprised that the reviews are crazy low for something this high. Besides this guy right here, the Dry Guy person, everything else is like pretty good. This guy's doing 60K in sales with only 30 reviews, and pretty much everyone is under 100, and they're still doing really, really well. Like this guy with 12,000 with 44 reviews, which is really interesting. But this is a seasonal item and something you should be quite careful about when doing. So just kind of depends on your preference. If you want to tackle on the seasonality and if you really think you can compete, which you can, like anything is possible if you really like do your research and due diligence, right? But like I said, for starters, you might want to go for something low in lower sales, because you don't want to be like trying to launch and give away all these products. Maybe you want to go for something smaller that gives you encouragement that you can have success with, and then you can expand into doing larger products that are doing sales like that. This is pretty much what is loading right here is a similar keyword. And again, the sales are very, very, very strong. It's pretty much same sellers, great price, great reviews. But again, it is seasonal. This will completely go down once later on. Like you guys, it's like throughout the year, it's not going to sell well at all. The demand is extremely, extremely low. It's only good in the high peaks of season. So maybe for the next holiday season, it's something that's good to get into. And I love seasonal products. There's nothing bad with them, except for the fact that you really have to time it, and you should probably have a seasonal product for each season. So then you have constant cash flow. It's slightly more stressful, but it's definitely another way of doing things. But yeah, that's another little analysis of products. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you found it helpful, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I really want to be posting more videos all the time. And you can DM me on Instagram or post any questions down below. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.